In a forest that was older than time itself, there lived a little red hen named Ember. She lived in a cozy wooden cottage tucked between the tall, whispering trees. Ember was a hard-working little hen, kind, gentle, and full of heart. Inside that wooden house lived her two friends, a lazy dog named Cooper and a sleepy cat named Luna. Ember spent her days cleaning the house, cooking, and taking care of everything, while Cooper and Luna preferred to nap, stretch, and daydream all day long. But Ember never complained, because their friendship was deep. Even though they were lazy, Cooper and Luna truly loved Ember. And that love, that bond, was what kept their little family together. One golden morning, Ember woke up in her warm, cozy home. She stretched her wings wide and whispered to herself, "What a beautiful day." But as soon as she stepped outside, her smile faded. Her two friends, Cooper and Luna, were nowhere to be found. No laughter, no playful barking, no soft purring, just silence. Where could they have gone? Ember whispered nervously. Then she saw it. Hanging in the air above the grass was a shimmering, magical feather. It slowly floated down to the ground, and glowing golden letters appeared on it. If you wish to see your friends again, follow the path into the mystical forest. But beware. At every turn, a secret lies waiting. Ember's heart started pounding. Her friends had vanished in a strange and mysterious way. She was scared, but she also knew she couldn't let fear win. She had to find Cooper and Luna. So she grabbed her little satchel, took a deep breath, and stepped onto the forest path. The air turned colder. The trees began to whisper. And somewhere far away, she heard the faint sound of bells ringing. Ting, ting, ting. The forest grew darker and stranger with every step. The mist thickened, swirling around her feet. The wind brushed against her feathers. Suddenly, a talking magical spider crawled down from a tree right in front of her. "Stop, Ember," the spider hissed. "Your friends have been captured by a dark sorcerer deep within this forest. But to reach them, you must answer 3 riddles correctly. If you answer right, the path will open. If you answer wrong, this forest will twist and turn and bring you right back to the start." Ember lifted her head high and said bravely, "I'm ready." The spider's glowing eyes narrowed. "Then here is your first riddle. I fly without wings. I speak without a mouth. I touch without hands. I move without feet. What am I?" Ember froze for a moment. The fog grew heavier. The forest held its breath. But then she reminded herself, "I didn't come here to be afraid. I came here to save my friends." She looked around. The trees swayed. The leaves rustled. And suddenly the answer sparked inside her mind. "No wings. No mouth. The wind," she shouted. "Wind." The spider smiled, its fangs glinting in the mist. "That is correct, Ember." The ground beneath her feet glowed with golden light. A shining path unfurled deeper into the forest. Ember thanked the spider and continued forward, her heart beating fast. She now knew this journey wouldn't be easy. Every step would bring her closer to another mystery. As Ember walked further, a massive old wooden bridge appeared before her. It stretched across a deep, dark chasm. Below, the wind howled like a wild beast. The bridge creaked dangerously. Some planks were already missing. Dark clouds rolled overhead. A flash of lightning lit the sky. Then, a shadow formed in the middle of the bridge. A giant black raven appeared, its eyes glowing like burning coal. "This bridge is only for the brave," the raven croaked. "If you answer my riddle correctly, the bridge will hold. If not, you'll fall into the darkness below." Ember stared straight into the raven's fiery eyes. "Ask your riddle." "I'm ready," she said firmly. The raven tilted its head and spoke. "I beat without a heart. I move without breath. I fly without wings. And I live only in the dark. What am I?" Ember's feathers trembled. The bridge shook harder. The dark abyss below whispered her fears back to her. She thought fast. No heart, no breath, only in the dark. Then she remembered the echo she and her friends used to play with in the fields. They would shout hello, and the voice would come back. Her eyes lit up. "It's an echo," she shouted. For a moment the raven went silent, and then it let out a deep laugh. "Correct, Ember." Golden light spread across the bridge. The broken planks mended themselves. The wind grew still. The bridge became strong beneath her feet. Ember crossed without hesitation, and as soon as she reached the other side, the raven dissolved into black smoke. Before her stood a crumbling castle rising from the mist. Tall towers, cracked walls, and at the center, a glowing doorway. Etched above it were the words, "To pass through here you must show not only your mind, but the courage of your heart." Ember stepped inside. The door slammed shut behind her. Darkness filled the hall. But then a soft light flickered from a distant room. Ember slowly walked in. The walls were covered in mirrors, each one showing her a different reflection. A future, a fear, a memory. The mist thickened again, and out of it, a dark sorcerer appeared. His eyes burned red. In his hand was a black staff with blue fire flickering at its tip. "Ember," he rumbled in a deep voice, "you've come far, but now you must face your greatest trial. Tell truth from illusion. And remember, if you fail, your friends will belong to my magic forever." Ember's heart pounded like a drum, but she held her head high. "I came here to save them. I won't turn back now," she declared. "No matter how dangerous this gets, I will leave with my friends." The air around her began to twist. Two familiar figures emerged from the mist, Cooper and Luna. They looked just as they always had. But then, two more figures appeared. They were exactly the same, but glowing faintly with magical light. Two sets of friends, one real, one fake. The difference was almost impossible to see. The sorcerer's voice echoed through the chamber. "This is your final riddle. Choose the real ones, and the spell will shatter forever. Choose wrong, and you too will turn to stone." Ember took a deep breath. Her wings trembled, but she closed her eyes and remembered their laughter, their love, their bond. She whispered softly, "My real friends aren't the ones who look perfect. They're the ones whose eyes hold love for me." She opened her eyes and looked at both groups carefully. The fake Cooper and Luna smiled blankly, cold and empty. But the real ones, their eyes were shining, filled with fear but also hope. Ember placed her wing over her chest and shouted, These are my real friends. The illusions exploded into black smoke and disappeared. The sorcerer roared with fury. No! You've done the impossible. But it was too late. The mirrors shattered around them. Golden light flooded the room. Cooper and Luna broke free from the sorcerer's spell. They ran to Ember and wrapped her in a warm hug. The sorcerer stumbled back. His power began to crumble. Ember looked him straight in the eyes and said, "Your darkness ends here. This forest belongs to truth now." The castle walls cracked. The blue fire on his staff vanished, and the entire magical fortress dissolved into golden dust. Sunlight poured through the trees. The forest bloomed again. Warmth returned where shadows once lived. Ember, Cooper, and Luna walked back home, together, safe, happy, just like before, and from that day on, the forest never feared darkness again. Because light always lives, where friendship is real. If this magical adventure touched your heart, don't forget to give it a like, leave a kind comment, and subscribe to our channel for more beautiful stories. Your support means the world to us, and it helps our little world of tales keep growing. Thank you for being part of this journey, truly. See you in the next story.